beautiful people, and welcome to my channel. I'm super excited to have you here today. Now guys, there are definite changes which the UK government has proposed, and to be honest, this is the largest changes that has been made by the UK government in a very long time. And guys, these are not just proposed changes, these are definite changes that are affecting all UK visas.
Ryan Little.
All right, beautiful people, a very beautiful morning, afternoon, and evening to you, and welcome to my channel. If you are seeing my face for the very first time, my name is Violet Okorocha. Now guys, do me a favor, like this video right now so you don't forget, share this video to everybody you know who will benefit from it, and of course don't forget to subscribe. Now guys, as we all know, one of the definite changes the UK has made, which has kicked into effect, is any company that is not registered with CQC, which is the Care Quality Commission, cannot offer sponsorship to overseas candidates. And that's one of the definite changes not proposed that the UK government have made, and we're all aware of why it should be. This is because we saw how a lot of people were buying COS, a lot of people coming into the UK, they were stranded, their employers didn't have any issue for them, blah blah blah. We're all aware, and that's why they've made sure that if your company is not registered with CQC, they cannot offer visa sponsorship to foreign or overseas candidate. That's one massive changes in the history of the United Kingdom as part of care or as regards to care. Now, if you are currently on a visa sponsorship and you know that you are not very sure that these visa sponsorship are on, anything can happen any moment from now, your best bet is to begin to look for a job. Nothing has been said to you, the UK government has not written you any letter, the Home Office has not written you any letter, but you know that this company I'm working with is not very legit. I'm not sure of them, I'm not sure of job security. You don't need to wait till it happens. All you need to do is start applying for jobs. I always say the NHS is the largest recruiter of labor. The NHS is the largest employers. Start looking for job with the NHS. Do not waste any time. Go to NHS jobs, look for the job vacancies around your area and begin to apply, because obviously recently the UK Home Office has been sending thousands of deportation letters. And why is that so? A lot of companies have been losing their license to sponsor. And so when they lose their license to issue certificates of sponsorship, it doesn't just affect the company, it affects those employers that they have recruited. So lots of people have been getting deportation letters. So you don't want to be on that queue. I really sympathize with people who this is happening to, but you don't want to be on that queue. Even if you have a job, but you are not very sure that this job is really permanent, your best bet is to start looking for a job, especially with the NHS. I honestly recommend NHS for everybody. That's one. Now, number two, second definite changes that has been made and that has kicked into effect is students are no longer allowed to bring in their dependents. Only research-based PhD students are allowed to bring in their dependent. You can see that we're already in January and they are no longer allowing students to bring in their dependents. And I honestly did a video where you can see clearly in that video that because of that, students are no longer allowed to bring in their dependents. A lot of students have declined to study in the United Kingdom. So students are no longer allowed to bring in their dependents. The only students who are allowed to bring in their dependents are the research-based PhD holders. All right, now the third major changes that has been made, which will be kicking effect in spring, and a lot of people have been like, when is spring, Violet, when is spring, Violet? Usually spring starts from April, so I'll say spring is usually within April. Some people even say May, but if you go on Google, spring in the United Kingdom is usually from April. All right, so they have said that carers can no longer bring in their dependents. They can give you sponsorship, but you can no longer bring in your dependents like your wife or your spouse, your husband or your children along with you. And this is kicking effect in spring. Now, for those who are carers in the UK and your family are not yet with you, you can make sure you invite or bring in your family ASAP. When I mean ASAP, as soon as possible, because from spring, carers will no longer be allowed to bring in their family. I sympathize with you, but this is the law. This should not deter you from coming into the United Kingdom, because for carers, if you work with the NHS as a carer, you can still bring in your dependents. So carers who are exempted are carers who are working with the NHS. So if you work with the NHS as a carer, you can still bring in your dependent. But if you work with the domiciliary, the care homes, the private companies, you are no longer allowed to bring in your dependent. It has not started yet. It will be starting from spring. So if you are here as a carer, what you want to do is to make sure you're bringing in your dependents ASAP, as soon as possible, so that they can join you before the law kicks in precisely by spring. Now, and finally, the massive changes that has been made, which is affecting all UK visas, is the immigration head surcharge fee has been increased from the 6th of February precisely to £1,035 per person. And that's a very big change. That's like a whooping 66% increase. And the only people exempted from paying this immigration head surcharges are those in the medical profession, the carers, the nurses, the doctors, the occupational therapy, anybody that is in the medical profession, you are exempted from paying IHS. And if you happen to be in the medical profession and you made a mistake of paying IHS, you can retrieve your money back. So IHS fee has been increased and is kicking off precisely from 6th of February 2024 to £1,035 per person. Now, guys, I always say this type of increase is massive because we all know that things are so hard, not just in the United Kingdom, but everywhere. Literally, when I came into this country, I could get £20, go to the supermarket, and when I purchase things, they are just too many things for just £20. But now, if you take £20 to the supermarket, you will be shocked because your bag is not even going to be filled up. That's why a lot of things has changed and things are really very hard now. Not just in the UK, but all over the globe. There's like financially, things are not easy. So now, if you are a family of 4, only your IHS fee for a visa of 3 years or a visa of 5 years will be like over £20,000. Yes, that's how massive it is because you are paying per year. 3 years or 5 years that you're paying per year for yourself. So if you have a family of 5, oh my God, it's over £20,000. And to be honest, you can't even save that money in 3 months in the UK. It's really hard to save that kind of money. What am I saying? Even 6 months, you can't even save that kind of money. But sadly, that's how the fee is. So you will be made to pay £1,035 as your immigration head surcharge. And so you have to start planning towards it. You have to start working towards it, because if you do work towards it, I can assure you, you can pay it. That is even not your visa fee. Visa fee is not included. That's just your health surcharge for you to be able to access health care. All right, guys, so these are the changes that has been made that really affect our visa. So my advice is, if you are not getting enough shift with your employers, you are supposed to be working 37.5 hours, but your employer are not giving you that exact shift. Your employer has not lost their license yet, but that's not a good sign. You want to start looking for a job with the NHS. And like I said, it's so easy to get a job with the NHS. Go to the NHS website, look for a job. If you stay in Birmingham, go to UK Gov NHS job in Birmingham and begin to see the jobs available. Make sure to apply. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Do me a favor, like and share this video, and I'll see you in another of my juicy video. Until I see you again, have an amazing week. All right, guys, bye.